Hello everyone, welcome to my new DVD on Basic Chess Strategy Volume 2. And as you understand, we are going to elaborate on topics we have been discussing in Volume 1. What we did in Volume 1 was really an introduction on the strategical aspects of chess, like talking about weak squares, weak pawns, the roles of pawns, the role of pieces in general, but also like how you can use an open file or rooks on the 7th rank, things like that. Now things are getting a little bit more difficult, of course. We are pumping up the level just to encourage you to deepen your understanding of all these topics. So in this Volume 2, I'm going to talk about 4 topics in particular, but as you will see later on, the topics are also very closely related to each other. So first thing I'm going to do is show you a few examples, 4 examples in total, discussing first of all the topic of improve your worst piece. I think it's very important whenever studying a position to read the position, to see which pieces are good, which ones are bad, and when you have time, when there are no tactics available, no threats by your opponent, you have the possibility to think about what can I do to improve my worst piece. I think it's a very important topic and often underestimated by a lot of club players, as I know you guys, you prefer to aim for a quick attack with 1 or 2 pieces, but your position will just get better when all the pieces are involved. So that's the first thing I'm going to show you. Then after that we move on to the topic of exchanging pieces. Also something which is often underestimated, like people think, I trade a bishop for another bishop or a knight for a bishop or whatever, you know. This is often done too easily, and I think it's important to think about the benefits for yourself, but also how it impacts the remaining pieces on the board, and not only think about the perspective for yourself, but also how your opponent may be able to use of exchanges in a position. So that's something we also talk about extensively about it. So then king safety, that's also very important. I mean, we have the golden rules, which we discussed about in basic opening strategies. King safety is also happening later in the game, in the middle game, when you're under an attack, or for some reason you didn't castle either side. You have to think about clever plans to make your king feel much safer, and how it also impacts the other pieces. So I have one example on that, but much more, of course, will later be discussed in the DVD. And then also we are going to talk about when a piece is out of play. It's very closely linked with improving your worst piece. This time we talk about this topic, piece out of play, mainly with the aim to make one piece of your opponent look very bad and not give a chance to get it back into the game. And we will talk about more strategies related to that. So when one piece is out of play, should you really try to win it, or should you really try to ignore it and play at the other side of the board, or should you exchange pieces? So here again, you see the topics are closely related. And I think also, I'm not trying to talk too much. This may sound strange because it's a DVD I've been producing, but my main goal is to explain these topics and then give you a lot of exercises for yourself. For sure around 30 examples have been selected in the exercise section with multiple questions. And I think it's very important to go over these multiple questions, as very often when you have a book or so, then there's just one position and you see this is the idea, okay, this is the solution. But I use this interactive format with the purpose of illustrating an entire fragment, an entire game, so that you also see the consequences when one piece is out of play, or what the impact is of one specific exchange at a later part of the game. So I think the interactive format is the most important part, but of course get some instruction beforehand is pretty useful as well. So the interactive format, a lot of questions, and I have to say that, okay, these topics are explained, but it's not only about strategy, of course. There will be quite a number of tactical ideas discussed as well, because if you want to play good chess, you cannot do without any tactical resources. So that's also covered in a number of questions, that you have to finish off the game with a nice tactical shot. So also for those who like more tactics, I think the DVD is quite instructive, as my main goal always is to prove that strategy and tactics, they go very well together. So yeah, that's what I'm going to discuss in this DVD. I hope you will join me on this exciting DVD, and well, then we are getting started with the first number of examples, and then of course there's the interactive format. Of course, feel free to let me know afterwards what you think of the material. I'm always open for criticism, but hopefully you will learn a lot and enjoy the process. So have a lot of fun, and let's just get started.